Hey guys, this is Sarah's night,
And Atlantis.
and it's election night,
Yep. So,
and I need to click back on screen.
Yep. Apparently, Biden got Vermont already, supposedly. I don't know how they're counting already. Enough to be, like...
How many votes does...
Polling doesn't close till 8, so...
How many votes does Vermont get?
I don't know. So, people who are watching this, I don't know when you plan on uploading this, will probably already know the results of the election by the time that you're
Yeah, I'm
watching.
pretty much gonna upload this as soon as I get home.
Oh, alright, well. Then, hey guys, anybody watching this the day this is uploaded? Good luck! Good luck for because next week's gonna be a crazy ride. So, I was browsing...
Unless you support Trump, then I don't wish you luck. I wish you to lose.
I hope you lose. But
And no, it ain't because I'm liberal. Trump just sucks that much.
Yeah. But
Well, no, I mean, I already said though, if there is one thing I'm super liberal about, it's being anti-gun. I'm sorry, there's just too many you nutbags who think you're Rambo or John Wayne or some shit with your guns, and you need them taken away from you. Just gonna go ahead and lay that out there.
Yep.
Because I don't trust you with them. Yeah, so all we need to do this whole time, instead of looking around for anything in Fina's or Ramirez's room, was just return to the ship and thus back to base. Ba-bam!
Bam!
Okay, but where do we go on base now? Crap. Maybe the meeting room.
So, I was just browsing the internet randomly the other day, and remember how, remember when we watched The Exorcism of Emily Rose?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I just remember that was a really good time in the theater that night we watched Exorcism of Emily Rose.
good movie, though.
Just a fun group of people.
I thought that was a pretty good horror movie.
Yeah.
But remember when they said it was based on a true story? Well, I was actually curious, so I looked up what that true story was. And her name wasn't Emily Rose, but it was a German lady. And it was a much sadder ending than the movie. Because she ended up dying of malnourishment because she no longer ate or drank. She killed herself by just not...
Actually, I thought that was pretty much how the movie ended.
No, she ended up being like a... Like she's ended up being like the savior of humanity because she like gave up her body to Satan or whatever. And that's how she like
Well, I mean, it was really bad for her.
Right, but they made her out to be like a hero, right? Like self-sacrificing hero, right? When in reality she was just wasted away while and there were all right, so the Exorcism of Emily Rose, there was only like one exorcism scene. The actual events that was thing that went over years. Like different exorcists and different holy men trying to fix her where medicine could not, and nobody was able to do it. There were recordings because they had audio recordings, and just listening to her talk. Of course, she was speaking Russian, so I have no idea what she's saying, but just listening to her talk was just ugh. It didn't sit well.
So what brought this up?
I don't know. Just I thought it was interesting. But yeah. If you, like
Actually, to this day, The Exorcist with Linda Blair. That's the one horror movie I'm actually too scared to tackle. Like, I've always heard it's really good. I've seen clips. I know what generally happens, but I've never been able to like truly just sit down and see it all the way through.
Really?
Because it
Seems.
I mean, you know, my reformed beliefs in the last several years, and even then, I mean, demon possession is still like, I still do believe in that, you know, basically, and it's still quite frightening. And the part where she uses a crucifix in a very unseemly manner that, like, I don't think I mean, I know it happens, but I don't think I've ever even so much as seen a clip from that, and I just don't want to see that. It just seems like really, really cringy, and I know it's not supposed to be tasteless. Like, they're not just doing it for, like, shock value or something. I mean, I think they're trying to be serious about it and everything, but... So I'm not, like, really blaming the movie for that. I'm just saying I personally can't... I don't think I could go... And really, props to Linda Blair, who was, like, 13, 14 years old when she did that movie, and probably not even really able to understand everything that's going on. Although, you know what? Maybe she was. Maybe she was the only one truly mature enough to handle it, because I remember a behind-the-scenes story Cracked did once about, you know, like, directors in their insane way of, you know, finding out the character, you know, the actors and actresses are going to cast their movies, and it was like, whoever it was that did The Exorcist, when Linda Blair comes in, he sits her down and he's like, okay, now there's going to be things in this movie, you know, that's, I mean, are going to be probably particularly upsetting, especially to a child. Do you know what masturbation is? and Linda's like, sure, I do it all the time, don't you? It's just like this little girl saying that, and the director, again, I can't remember who he is, he's like, you're hired. Like, that's all I need to know. You can handle this. Yeah. But even still, that's, I mean, having to do the head turnaround thing, the spit.
Your mother sucks cock to now.
Yeah, and the way you're having, like, she was having to talk demon possessed and everything.
That's kind of how, like, the actual, I mean, the real life Emily Rose kind of spoke, like, in Russian, but the voice where it sounds like way too low in octaves for what, like, a young woman can speak.
Yeah. Of course, you know, this talk of demon possession and evil spirits and stuff also reminds me of something in a more lighthearted way. The ghost story from that one, I don't know, it was from a show when I showed you that YouTube video. It was like one particular episode of this show, but I don't remember what it was. The one where the kid and the little boy and the demon who was talking to him, and he called him man. Just simply man. And remember, that was where we...
Yeah.
You know, it's something that he could have heard.
You know, it's been a long time since I've seen, like, a good scary movie. Like, I watch them from time to time because Rachel really likes them, but she doesn't like watching them alone. But... What's up, Lawrence? We ended up watching one that I thought was pretty good called Hereditary.
Okay, you know, I actually have Netflix now because I got a smart TV.
Yeah.
So all I had to do was just get it directly on that. That was it for like $9 a month. I figured that's worth it, as long as they don't raise the price on me unexpectedly.
Yeah.
Which was the reason I quit on them last time when I had them through Xbox Live. But yeah, I've seen that on the list of choices, but I never queued that one up.
I thought it was pretty good. If you're in for a pretty good movie, it's really like there are times I'm like unsure if I like this or not, but at the end I like yeah, all right, I think this is a good movie.
Would you mind looking up what was I supposed to do after Silver Shrine, like right after that? And while you're looking it up, I'm just going to go immediately to, I think it was back to Tangrel, that base that's beneath the normal altitude, where we were before, and we had to steal some plans or something. And that was to get us... down below to the old Earth, where we retrieved Fina's ship and killed DeLoco by setting him and his ship on fire. And even though he was an asshole, I still kind of feel bad about that.
I do
because he died while on fire, and a lot of the soldiers with him who.
I'm in a walkthrough. Just gonna have to find where we are. Grand Fortress. Fortress Gate.
Ah, there you are. I'm heading in the right
Ten-Coast
direction.
Fellowship. Gafutuma. Tortigar.
Hey, I found something.
The Draco.
I found the ghost ship.
Blueheim.
Yeah, we're definitely past Blueheim.
Glacia. I'm like scrolling quickly. Glacian Elite. Shrine Island and Solstice. Or Solstice.
And I think Solstice is the final stage.
So I went to. The Hydra? Have we been there yet?
No.
Alright, I'm way too far then.
Oh, we already made that discovery.
Have we fought Eliminator?
No.
Jeez. There we are. Great Silver Shrine. Alright, so the...
So the...
So... Galcian and Ramirez just happen to show up and extricate the Silver Moon. Crystal from Elder Prime flee back to headquarters. The base is rebuilt, and Gilder says that the elevator in Drangal Island is now constructed and ready to go. And then you go to Dangrel Island.
Okay, I'm there now, but I don't remember a cutscene with Gilder saying all that.
Work your way through the air ducts, look around for an elevator with a control panel, activate it, and ride it to Solstice. And you fight Vigoro.
Okay, but I don't remember Gilder saying anything about this being operational.
Well, I'm just reading the guide, dude.
Okay, what does it say, like, at the bottom of the Silver Shrine section?
That was the bottom of the Silver Shrine section. Did we see the scene where the elders learn of Ramirez's theft of the crystals and take the party to the Hall of Knowledge?
Yeah.
Where Elder Prime reveals everything. And that's when Galcian and Ramirez show up. I guess you just gotta go find Gilder back at base.
Well, I wish I'd stayed at base instead of going right here.
Did you happen to save at base?
No.
Okay.
You know, actually, we can just start right back at where we left off. I don't lose anything. Where's the reset?
I don't know what the overlay is for. Maybe I can do this.
Da 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 da.
There.
Okay.
Ba-bam.
Well, that was a waste of time.
Pretty much.
I didn't save in the duct. I saved nowhere there.
That was... Are you This is where we left off last time, right?
Yeah.
Are you sure we've done... What if that... What is that? That is a save that you saved when we just got here. And that more recent file is more appropriate.
I do not remember making that save at all.
We've always had two.
Well, actually, I probably did as soon as I entered the Dangirl Island, which, you know, whatever, this is just as quick, so it doesn't matter. Except now I can't remember where our ship was parked. There it is, I see it in the distance.
Alright, I'll just assume you're right. I feel like we had a 40-minute later save. Surely that would have meant we've done something. That... Oh, never mind. There it is.
Oh, he said as soon as I got on the friggin' island. Or back to base, automatically, so we totally did not need to start over.
Cool.
I'm a dipstick.
Well,
I'm an idiot.
Do you want to reload the...
Yeah, let's reload that so we don't have to fly all the way back over there. And I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just too busy talking. I'm not paying attention to dialogue at all.
Yep. What you gonna do? How's it gonna be?
Oh well, I'm still better at Skies of Arcadia Legends than Nicole Tompkins is at Resident Evil Remake. So yeah, I just, like yesterday I just texted Lance, I'm like, dude, I'm just sitting here on the couch just chilling, watching YouTube. And the girl who voiced Jill in RE3 Remake, she's clearly has never played a Resident Evil game before, so she was live streaming Resident Evil 1 Remake. And she did not even know what the item chest was when she first got to it. And it took her like 2 hours to get to that first save room. For some reason, I think she chose hard difficulty right off the bat. I'm like, well, why would you do that if you're just... Because, I mean... I've played a few Resident Evil games before, you know, Remake 1 came out, right?
Right.
And even then, I thought at first, the first time going through the game ever, even easy mode was a little challenging. I mean, that's what we picked when
oh, wow.
when we first played all the way through, and it took me like probably a good... Because I know we toxed it, and I know we filled up at least one whole tape. And then I think went partially through another, so let's say 8 hours or so to get through that first game. First time playing, and that was on easy mode. Speaking of which, I still have it in mind. One of these days, I'm gonna live stream it doing I'm just gonna set aside a time when I'm off work, trying to do anything else, just summon all my energy up no matter how long it's gonna take to get all the way through a hard game, invisible enemy, no saves. If I die, start all the way over. I'm gonna do it sometime.
I look forward to it. That should be really cool.
I am not going to back out of that. Because even though I did do it once, I realized there is one way we can make it harder. Play as Chris, not Jill. And no self-defense items.
That self-defense items, man. That's a real rub right there.
Yeah. I mean, that goes a long way in saving you in tight situations. And I did do a few games over the last year and a half. A few games of remakes, starting like I went with easy mode, Chris, invisible enemy, see if I could get through one. Or no, it was like hard mode without invisible enemies to see if I could do that without saving. I did. And then like easy mode, invisible enemy, and then normal mode, invisible enemy. And I think what happened was I died on the very
Good
last.
job, Gilder.
I died in the fight with Tyrant on the helipad when I did normal mode, invisible enemy. Because I didn't have a... I was already trying to do it without self-defense items, so when the Tyrant grabbed me up...
That's it.
Yeah.
That's
and
it.
I saw a shadow, and I was like, no, I need to move farther away. Nope. I just... Being an idiot, let him snatch me up.
Snatching up your kids, snatching up people.
So hide your kids, hide your wives, hide your kids, hide your wives, and hide your husbands, because they raping everybody out there.
You don't have to come and confess. We looking for you. We gon' find you. We gon' find you. So I've been playing Tactics Ogre lately, and I have made it to Heim, the city. Heim. So I'm at the last stretch. I gotta tell you, man, it really kind of pisses me off because I managed to save Kasha from killing herself.
Who?
The sister.
Okay, I always pronounce it Kachua.
Well, the only reason I know it's Kasha is because in the PSP version, they have voice-acted parts between the chapters, and they mentioned Kasha by name and said her name was Kasha.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like, all right, because I called her the exact same thing you did, but since they actually had someone pronouncing it, I'm just gonna.
Okay.
But here's what pisses me off, right? That's literally like there are 2 fights on the world map before you get to Heim. You were just giving Kasha, and you were just unlocked the princess class. And the story plays this like narrative where, well, she's going to be on the front lines with her brother. She's going to be there, you know, she's not just going to be sitting idly by like a princess holed up in a castle. She wants to be on the front row.
Right.
I'm not putting her on the front row because she's a level 1 princess and it's going to get ruined because she's level 1. Like, and the thing is, either I'm going to have to sit there and grind forever to get her to a reasonable level, which I don't want to do. I want to just play the game. So,
yeah, don't get me wrong. It makes so little sense that your levels are tied to your class, your job class. So it's like you could have a totally new guy you just bought. If you decide to make him a knight or something that you've likely had several. You've had several other guys, who have been knights ever since the beginning of the game. Then he'll be as good as them right off the bat. But you could have Vice. I mean Vice.
Fuck this guy. He got hung, and I'm glad.
Denom.
They've never said his name. I've just been saying Denim, but I think that's probably wrong.
So, when Denom gets like his Lord job class, he's been there the whole game, every single fight, because he's the main character. But he'll be total weak sauce back to level 1 if you choose to, work on that.
And that's awful. But you know what makes it worse? It's one thing to be level 1, right? And it's another thing to have no skills. You have to relearn all the skills that you can use if the class doesn't have any that are shared. But what gets me is that they put a level cap on the equipment you can wear, right? So if you want to use like the latest Warhammer, you might be a class that requires that you be level 16 of that job class before you can put the weapon in your freaking hands. That face. Look at that cartoon.
Well, they're really kind of downplaying this. He tried to rape her. Let's make no mistake, that's what it was.
And this is very cartoony.
This is a little bit too cartoony for that, considering what he...
there he goes! Already!
I mean, she's acting like he was, like, just being, like, Pepe Le Pew with her at worst.
Which Pepe Le Pew isn't okay either.
Yeah, I never did, like... I think it was, like, if you try to do the optional fight with this guy, he's, like, easily the hardest boss in the game. Like, he's, like, level 50 or something. And he, like, by far had the most HP of any, like in Flesh and Blood battle, any boss in the game. And he's like, I think he, like, comes to your island looking for trouble with your pirate hideout, and he's like, hey, look, I became an air pirate just like you. So now I'm basically, stronger than anybody else. Anybody in the Empire has ever had. Everything like that. I never did that fight.
Screw it. But yeah, I feel like leveling a character from level 1 would be a lot easier in Tactics if they could just equip the best equipment.
Well, honestly, no. I'd probably still keep him out of the way, because difference in levels still make a huge...
no, yeah, absolutely. I'm just saying... At least it wouldn't be, like, completely useless. Because, like, you'll have people in Boulder gear that are, like, level 19 or whatever. And your new level 1 character's stuck in linens. Because that's all they can equip. Like, really, if you want to raise a new character, you literally don't even bother buying equipment for them. Just put them in the back of the corner of the map and don't touch them. And it's going to be... so much grinding before you... So my party consists of mostly the basic job classes.
I mean, that's what I told you about. It's like,
yeah,
dude, unless you want to do the grinding, you're pretty much going to have to pick one job class from the beginning of the game and stick with it.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, the Archer class, pretty busted class. It has been useful the entire time, except on, like, creatures.
I know, right?
The creature type enemies, worthless. Like, Dark Weight has carried. In fact, it really seems like the only 2 weapon types I'm using are bows and hammers.
Yeah, hammers are good for more all-around damage, because swords, since they do slashing damage, they're generally not good against certain enemy types. And kind of like with bows and arrows, since they're piercing, but like the crushing damage that hammers do and clubs and stuff, they're generally good all around.
I do have a ninja, and 2-sword has been very useful.
Uh-oh, what we got here?
Oh. Okay.
Were you trying to make that like Little John?
No. That was just me being... look. Did you see freaking, Cupel over there just kind of flopping harmlessly on the ground?
Oh, I didn't see that.
You can't really see him. It's funny. He's just over there on the ground going...
I guess he got hit too.
I really hope you'll be able to see him when the camera pans around. It's like you can't see him. Oh, well, you can see him wiggling there, but
Wiggle, wiggle, do, 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 wiggle, wiggle. Yeah, I hate
Wiggle,
that song.
wiggle, 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 yeah. And that song you love. Whoa!
I still have to say, worse than either of those songs, what by far the worst pop song ever that has the lyrics wiggle in it is freaking Jason Derulo's Wiggle Wiggle Wiggle. You know that one.
I know that one.
Was like, did Vigoro just do a pose in the midst of like, you know, being hit multiple times in the middle of the attack where he was like trying to, looked like he was trying to brush it off?
It's called style. Look it up.
His is one that I do not want to mimic though. That hair alone.
Don't make fun of his pompadour. Well, I don't know if it you can really call it a pompadour, but it's pompadour-esque. Pompadour adjacent.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's such a, like a big hit from Cutlass Fury, and he's like, ah! Sounds like more like an annoying hit than anything
Like he
else.
just barely got a paper cut or a splitter or something.
It's like, oh.
Okay, he's about to blow somebody's ass off
That
the
is
bridge and
phallic.
into
That was-
like the friggin' abyss of...
That was phallic in nature. Oh, man.
To me, that's better than the random fire one.
Yeah, yeah. That is, party-wise, less damage.
And Rise Limb is pretty cheap considering, so...
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna chill with her.
Uh-oh.
Hey, how come you got to go first? Good thing I put her on defend.
Yeah. I like the fact that defend triggers the second you use it and not, like, once their turn comes
Yeah, you have to
around.
wait for the turn. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's dumb when that happens.
I will say some games do it right. I think Legend of Dragoon did it better, where, yeah, it had to be their turn, but it just happened immediately. But you got a heal, like, that was just, like, a thing. If you defend, you also get HP back, and I thought that was a pretty cool mechanic. Also, I like...
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I thought that was cool. Being able
I
to...
totally didn't remember.
Yeah, absolutely. I also like about Dragoon is healing items that heal on percentage versus a flat number. A game that does that, it's a good game in my book. Because the problem with regular healing items is that as you go through the game, they eventually become useless. But a percentile one is always going to be as effective the whole game. That's smart.
I'm fine with it either way. You know, he's doing way more HP and damage to me than I am to him. I'm just gonna go ahead and admit that. I mean, technically he's kicking my ass.
Well, yeah, but you have a revive spell, so...
I got enough spirit points where I can... Actually, let's... Yeah. Let's do a full heal and just have her keep defending and... Let him...
Take this!
Oh, I never even put a super move on, never even used any moonberries on Gilder yet, this whole time.
We haven't really used Gilder this whole time. Not
Man,
really.
he's been with us for a while.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, see, look, I just saw him do a motion, like, trying to brush it off. Like, shake it off, shake it off.
Oh, victory music. Whoop.
No
Nope.
victory music.
Yeah, I was
here.
like, I felt like it was about to go into victory music. I was wrong. Oh, my gun's bigger.
It's probably exactly what he said when he, shot him with it.
Yeah, I was about to say, it might just be best to defend with her the entire time, because she's not really putting out a whole lot of damage.
Never has, really.
Nope. Ah! Ah! Long elevator, by the way.
Seriously, if anybody gets knocked off this elevator, they fall to their deaths. Like, forever.
Yep.
So how is this cannon, like, not knocking anybody off?
Because he's shooting it straight up, so it's pushing you down on the ground, not
Well,
out.
what about his other attacks where he was clearly shooting horizontally at you?
Shut up. So did you know there was a Game Boy Advance Tactics Ogre game called Knights of Lodus?
Yeah, I've got that on I've had that on my Amazon wishlist for a long time.
Oh, yeah. I'm interested. I might pull that up sometime. It's interesting, especially since in Tactics Ogre, aren't the Lodus Knights considered the bad guys?
Well, a lot of people are.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of shitty people in Tactics Ogre.
It's kind of like FFTs. I mean, just...
The only good... Well, here's the thing, like, there are good people in Final Fantasy Tactics that aren't directly associated with your party. But... Like Zalbag. Zalbag was, like, legit good intention the entire game.
I don't think... Here's where he has fault. I don't think he was actually telling Algus to fire the arrow at Tetra. Or Tetra. Yeah. But it's like, he didn't care that Algus was such a dick he was willing to sacrifice Tetra. Just to get it, Galagros.
Mm-hmm. I have a hard time using the PSP names. You're like Tetra, and I'm like, what?
Tetra is the PSP name, and
Yeah.
Galagros is like the PS1 name. I can't remember how it was in PSP.
The PS1 name for Tetra is Tita.
Yeah. I just said Teta.
Teta. Probably.
Oh, Athena's confused. This might actually be it. Nope.
Nope. Oh, bye, Gildan.
Well, actually,
Oh, shit.
has Vice been attacked this entire time? Until, like, just now?
Maybe.
I don't think he has been at all but, well, as long as I get Cutlass Fury off first,
Yeah,
he's
you
dead.
win. Now, this game does that thing where down people don't get experience, right?
No, I thought it actually did. We discovered
Well,
that.
we'll find out. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah, I see his little arm shake.
I lost again.
I lost again.
Stumbles off the elevator. Can I have that gun?
That wasn't so bad.
You say as your three allies lay dead at your feet.
Well, actually, didn't you see I could get up in the
Yeah, I
background?
did, but I'm just saying. Oh.
Nope.
Nope.
Just Vice. Oh, well.
Yeah, it's whatever. Now kick him off.
No, I bet Uncle Gregorio could have kicked your ass.
Definitely.
And I only say that because Gregorio's cool.
Definitely.
You know, I know this is supposed to be like a tender moment where we're not really
No.
enemies, but this way of thinking right here is so screwed up.
It's so, like, caveman.
Yeah.
I don't know a better way to say it.
The only reason that you should be with Vice instead of with me is because he's stronger. Not because he's actually like a better person. Yeah, maybe if you hadn't tried to sexually assault me.
It's come on strong. He didn't come on strong. He was gonna rape you. I mean,
okay,
look,
if you take that line just by itself, I do kind of like that. It's charming in a
I disagree, because like if that's
Slight.
your only drive in life is pretty women, like that seems to me, personal opinion, that seems shallow. That seems shallow as shit.
Again, just taking that by itself, it's more like a charming asshole kind of way.
Maybe.
Or I think the trope
More-
is actually
more-
called Magnificent Bastard.
I think as long as the emphasis is more on asshole than charming, then maybe.
It sounded like Rachel laughed in response to what you just now said.
She's playing Fall Guys with the dudes on our Discord channel.
Beep, beep, beep. And you know what? It might behoove me to actually... Yeah.
Behoove.
And again, since off-screen,
Everything
they
only
cost
costs
1
one
MP no
MP.
matter what. That was a huge thing to overlook.
Absolutely.
I really got to dock the game points for that.
Self-destruct sequence has been activated.
So,
This sequence cannot be aborted. Please evacuate in 10 minutes. So what else are you LPing right now? I know you have some Mega Man going.
that is such a chore to get through. But it's like,
Yup.
it's just like a code of honor with me. Have to finish what I started. Even
You
if
don't. You really don't.
Even if it's literally 5-6 years later.
You don't. You are under no obligation.
I'm gonna do it. That's all there is to it.
Alright, so here's the thing, right? I get you. Like, I played through all of Final Fantasy 13. Like, I got credits. I have a hard time saying no as well. But I can easily tell someone else they can say no. So you can say no to Mega Man. Or at least the bad ones.
And it's bad.
Oh, it's bad.
And it really amounts to just one major problem. The slow as hell gameplay. I mean, you could really sum it up like that. But that is the last thing Mega Man should ever be.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Like, you get from, like, the earlier X's, like, the X series on Super Nintendo and the early PlayStation ones, man, that shit's good. Like, when you're finally able to play as Zero as, like, an actual character, right? Like, you just pick Zero and you can play as Zero. Doesn't matter if you die or not, right? Playing as Zero is awesome. Because he's so fast. He can just jump, ha-hoo-ha!
And, I mean, have you seen any of the X7 LP Zero?
Well, I mean, I have
like,
seen...
That's like how slow his freaking saber combo is.
It's awful. It's awful.
Oh, it was such a bad move on Capcom's part to go to 3D.
And I feel like Axel was done wrong. Like, I feel like Axel could be a good character, but I don't know. I just don't... I think in a better game, Axel could
I think in X8, they really... The gameplay's still not as good as X games before 7, but it was a definite improvement. And I remember using Axel most of the time, the one time I played through X8. Actually, no, I played it through twice. Believe it or not, when Caleb was still a youngin', my cousin Caleb, like he just got a PS2, and the PS2 had been out for probably several years, but it was pretty new to him. And he had some like birthday money or something. So while we were in the mall together, he was like, "What should I spend this on?" I said, "Let's try to find a game in Electronics Boutique." So, yeah, I don't know if EB stores are still around at all, but
I don't think so. I think EB's long gone.
But the only thing he really had enough for was Mega Man X8, like at my recommendation. You know. So, I mean, we went through it together like that night, so that was my second time playing. And I remember Axel had some like pretty cool weapons and stuff.
It's just, I really think that Mega Man is, aside from Legends, Mega Man is never really intended to be 3D.
Yeah. Somehow Legends just turned out to be so much better than I would have normally thought it'd be fated to be.
Love Legends. I love Legends.
Yeah, both Legends games are damn near excellent.
And here's the thing, right? The controls for those games could be better. Like the they tried to fix it in 2 where you could like legitimately lock on to enemies, which helps a ton. But I don't know, like the game's still amazing. I love it. I love the story building. I love Walnut version of Mega Man. So in Smash Bros. Ultimate, classic Mega Man, the first Mega Man, is a playable character.
The one that was like a tubby
it's just looking 8-bit Mega Man, right? Is a character. He's not just 8-bit. He's high res, but you know what I mean. His Ultimate Smash.
And he has like a blue and yellow outfit, doesn't he?
No, that's the shitty like art Mega Man.
I thought that's the one you were talking about.
No. I'm just talking about like regular 8-bit Mega Man. He's
okay.
in Smash Bros. Like Mega Man regular, proper, how you see him normally. And his Ultimate Smash, he summons all the other Mega Men, and they all do like a Hyper Viper beam. So not only is it just like regular Mega Man, but it's also like Mega Man X, Walnut, Mega Man from the Battle Network series. There's just a bunch of different Mega Man from a bunch of different franchises all come out in Beam, and it was so cool to see Walnut be included in that, because I love Mega Man Walnut. Woo!
I remember like in the Mega Man Legends Abridged series, he's like he went with he tried to tell the junk store owners that like his name was Mega Man. They were like, "What'd you say, hippopotamus?"
Hippopotamus?
Like, because that's the option you could choose just to be a smartass, and like they actually, you know,
start referring to him.
this. Yeah, like he tries to tell them the right name, and they think he said hippopotamus for some reason or something, so that's what they go with. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah?
Just like the Kool-Aid Man.
Oh yeah!
No, you fix that wall before my dad comes home.
Oh yeah?
He's not gonna believe that a giant talking bowl of fruit punch just busted through it. Is that all you got? Yeah, no, I better not talk, or something will happen.
What, can you just not see the people in front of you?
Might be before a giant attack.
Yeah, that's generally what that means.
Although, honestly, I think in original Final Fantasy VII, didn't Guard Scorpion, even before, like, just his standard attack, which maybe did, like, 40 points of damage to a single character.
Surge,
he had to waste a turn first doing target surge. It wasn't even before his big scorpion tail thing, which even then that wasn't that big. That did like 75 to both. Ooh.
You talk all that smack, wait till you play Final Heaven.
Hey, I'm ready for the challenge. I want to be challenging. I want to be hard. I ain't scared. gonna try to spirit all the way up and
I'm
see if
just
we can
waiting.
get one of those group attacks.
I'm waiting on the moment when you get destroyed, and I'm gonna be like, "Oh, I wanted it to be challenging." You're gonna be like, "Yeah, well, this is just too hard."
Oh, you know that is not what I'm gonna do. That's something Dark Side Phil would do. Come on. You know I'm not like that. That's the kind of thing you would do. You'd at least be more inclined to do it than me.
Would I though?
Yeah, I think you would.
I don't know. Voice crack.
I don't know. Why does a
Cool.
laser cannon stone you? Just curious. Alright, let's see what Blue Rose does.
This is what I'm capable
And
Like-
it's Lawrence.
It's like everybody that you have on your active crew.
There's Tits McGee.
Who came up with that?
Ba-bam! I don't know, but I've said it ever since.
A fine blade.
What? He didn't even attack
Okay,
with
yeah,
it?
are you actually gonna attack? What? The dude just attacked with his snot?
He's gonna sleep at the enemy? Is this supposed to be like their version of Knights of the Round?
Yeah. You don't remember this attack? Like if
I
you get
don't
your,
remember
if you get your
this.
spirit all the way up?
I don't remember that attack.
Oh, and it restored a little HP too. Does it also cure stone?
I can't tell, the camera is being very difficult. Nope! Open ether legs.
So, just in terms of the games, I'm on like 4 different games right now, and again, just these days, I've been more inclined to do just go over old stuff.
Yeah.
So, I'm currently focused on Wild Arms Ultra Code F. I just did Wild Arms 1. That
Now
was a
time to
decade
do
ago
the-
when I last played it, so, and Ultra Code F, I did like right after that a decade ago, so why not do it the same way? So I went right to Ultra Code F while it was still fresh on my mind and everything.
Yeah.
And like on the PC, I started a game of like FF4 a few weeks ago, DS style, because I've only played it once, way back. Actually, on
Is that
the
a
DS.
version that has after years on it?
I don't think so.
Okay.
It's the DS Final Fantasy 4, and I got it on Steam.
Oh, right.
Uh,
Yeah, no after years.
And also started on a Mortal Kombat 11 because
Story
the
mode?
Aftermath thing came out, so I'm wanting to see that.
It's interesting. I watched somebody play through it. I didn't feel like relearning the game.
And a couple months ago, I also started La Pucelle. Because
Really?
I haven't played that one since college, so that's like a good 12, 13 years.
I really like that game. From what I remember, like, La Pucelle was great. Like, for a tactical RPG, loved it.
And it was like the old... What I remember, the old Tactics Ogre version was, like, no
The
matter what,
permadeath
if
version?
you regular attacked, the enemy countered no matter what. So it was like, and when the enemy regular attacked you, you countered.
No matter what.
Except it was a lot more fair in La Pucelle.
Right. Well, I mean, there are other things that in the original Tactics Ogre that was, like, pretty harsh. Was the permadeath, the always counter, and
I'm sorry, but
do you remember
in
the way items worked in the original?
I don't want...
Like you could only, like, give a character an item, and that's the item they had. That was it. I think, right?
Really?
It's been a long time, but I thought there was like a really big limit on item usage.
I
in the
figured you
original.
researched this recently just to see what
No.
all the stuff I was bitching about, why I could never get through the original Tactics Ogre, and why I'm so glad Maokai just convinced me to get the PSP version a few years ago and give it another honest shot, because it seems like just about everything frustrating
They fixed.
with the original. I mean, not only that, in the original version, the music was lamer. Like, it was the same tracks, but they just managed to make it sound lame. And the character portraits weren't nearly as good.
Like, however bad you think the original music was, you should listen to the Japanese SNES version. It's awful.
Okay, we need to give that a listen.
Like, alright, so, I mean, do you know the history? Like, originally, before Final Fantasy Tactics happened, the same director made Tactics Ogre, but it was a Super Nintendo game we never got.
Right.
And then it got an update that was translated to English and put on the PlayStation, and that's the version we got.
Yeah.
It had some updates, and music was one of them, along with some spell animations and some game mechanics as well.
And even then, I thought the music was lame.
Yeah, but the PSP version, the music is straight up good. Like, I like the music in the PSP version.
I don't know how to describe the difference, but it's like it just has like a vibrance to it that the original lacked. And it made all the difference in the world.
Yeah, it did.
You know, I want to finish him off with another group attack. I'm just gonna shield.
I hope someone petrifies because of this and doesn't get experience.
Ka-ching! I like that. Oh, this
Prophecy.
is new. What does this do?
A quad tech attack. They're flying?
I could just I can just hear the Power Rangers theme right now. Wait, did they just fly into space?
To the moon?
And then they like somehow push the moon down onto this one spot that's going to hit the enemy.
They just destroyed the planet?
Yeah.
Well, seriously, you just destroyed the planet. And that did way more damage than even the group attack.
You know, Galcian was looking nearby. He's like, you know what? Maybe I should just go ahead and surrender and not go through with my plans for world domination. They just dropped, like, Meteor on. Alright, Moonberry.
Middle. Go, Sky Pirates!
I love it when the bad guys save face, when they're like, impressive. I would have been disappointed if you lost so easily. I like a challenge.
If I am to have adversaries, they must be worthy of the title.
You know, I think he just waited specifically for you to get here so he could rub it in your face. Like, because it looked like no matter what, as soon as they got there, all he had to do was press a button somewhere, and that was it. So yeah, Galcian basically wants to do the same thing that the Elders are wanting to do. He thinks the human race sucks and it needs a ruler, so he's going to go ahead and establish it right off the bat by, like, destroying half the human race with the exact same method the Elders are going to. The Reigns of Destruction or whatnot.
Yep.
Except, I guess somehow we convinced the Elders not to do that, and Galcian is the main antagonist, so we're just going to stick with that. Oh yeah, Zealous is like the silver golem, the ultimate of the 6 golems. You know, that was such a great addition. Just one of the little things to the story of Wild Arms. What? I vomited. Instead of I voted.
Yeah.
And Legend just showed me like some meme picture of a cat with the sticker on instead of saying like I voted, like yeah, I'm so proud. It's like I vomited.
The title of that post was On the Carpet. Ting, 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 ting.
Nice little metallic sound. For some reason, these slight obstacles along the path, it reminds me of that part in Dead Space where you had to walk across the hull of the ship and take cover behind the, like, occasional, like, meteor shower. Or else, you know, you just get torn asunder. You know what? Isaac Clarke has my vote for, like, guy who has to, by far, the unluckiest. Has to go through the most shit of any, like, survival horror protagonist ever.
I gotta say, I thought that Isaac made a pretty good, solid protagonist, but I think that he made an even better protagonist in 2 when he actually had speaking roles.
Definitely didn't ruin his character by any means. I remember you were, like, super worried about that.
Yeah, I was like, because most of the time, those kind of characters are like projection characters. You're supposed to use them to put yourself in the place. But I think, like, I thought that might take away from the tension because he's no longer a projection character. He's his own character that you're clearly separated from, but it didn't affect the game at all. Like, I guess I'm not sure why I thought that was going to be the case, but I also thought he was, you know, like, he dealt with some crap, but he also had like they had like setups for like funny moments, and they were good. Like when what's her name that you meet? What's her name? Elena. Ellie, right? And it's like, are you with CDZ? It's like, who are you? I'm so and so. This, that, and the other. Who are you? I'm engineer. Oh, a nerd. It figures.
Well, you know, the Delphinist can just kind of scroll around Dangrel Island right quick and come around to you. They're not that far away. You know, I could see you so easily getting blown off the tracks just by just the normal winds. Or I don't know, maybe like the way it works is that there's just no like wind or anything down here like so far below. Well, I'm afraid it's your only chance. Oh yeah, the tracks are gonna start like breaking off behind or whatever. I think. Soltis, my friend. Soltis.
Soltis.
Vice looks like he's holding out his arms like, I'll catch you. Fall into my arms.
Good catch.
You didn't have to leap off. You can just step off. You don't have to risk.
Why didn't you catch Gilder?
Because he's a man. Come on, man. Vice.
I cannot make the jump. You'll have to toss me. Don't tell the elf.
This is one of those things. It's like every single time, no matter how early or late,
Whoop.
that like the stuff starts breaking off behind you, whatever footing you have, and you just barely make it. And you can hang on to the last spot for like a really, really long time before that part decides to break off. You know, just like in a freaking even Resident Evil 2 Remake did it, and that was annoying. Like, Leon and Ada are sitting there hanging on to each other for forever. But that's, like, the one part that's not going to break off. Until, you know, whenever they're done talking and he climbs back up to save them.
Oh, I mean, that's a very considerate beam. And maybe you shouldn't look a gift horse in the mouth.
Guys, hurry up. You don't know if that last little bit's going to hold.
It's a cutscene, of course it is. Thanks, Gilder. That really helped.
He shouldn't have to be told. Just... Ike is gonna catch him. He's gonna end up like squashing her.
Oof. Yeah, and he did. That actually looked kind of painful.
Look, I'm not getting off of her. You're gonna have to tell me to. I'm on top of Ike. I'm kind of enjoying this. I was about to say, why did we go back here? But no, we're just cameras cutting to...
Seeing people also experiencing the shaking. The shaking and the quaking. That's some purple-ass hair, my man.
Hey, was that the, like, perverted high priest?
I can't remember. That's been so long ago.
Well, that was like Device. Oh,
when did we start recording this?
Over 2 years ago.
Oh!
He was like, oh, you brought 2 beautiful ladies to keep me company. No, we came to break you out of here, and just so happens I have 2 ladies in my party. Pervert.
They're equal contributors to the party. Thank you very much.
I didn't literally bring them here just to give you a boner.
when you say it like that.
So I wonder, did this thing rise up all the way down from old Earth somewhere?
I mean, sure.
I mean, that's the only thing that's, like, down there.
Yeah, like, where else would it have
right?
been hiding? So, after having played Final Fantasy Tactics recently, like, what was it, 2 months ago, I thought, how awesome would a sequel to that game be? Like, not Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, like Final Fantasy Tactics 2, where you play as, well, alright, so it's Olin in PS1, and it's Orin in PSP. I should say Olin because I'm used to it. But where you play as, because in the credits of Tactics, you find out that Olin survived the events of the first game and went on to write a grimoire that told the story. In fact, technically, the entire game of Final Fantasy Tactics is narrated through a relative of Olin, like a few generations down, I believe, and his great grandson found Olin's grimoire and was reading it, and that's you playing through Final Fantasy Tactics. I thought it would be cool if the sequel was Olin after you wrote the grimoire and the church finds out about it. Is the church pursuing Olin so no one finds out the truth about what happened? Because if you remember at the end of Tactics, the church just kind of got away with it. There was no comeuppance for the church. So in this game, the church would just... You would actually be going after the church itself.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we know how that story would end, though. With Olin getting burnt at the stake.
Why didn't he just, like, galaxy stop all his pursuers and move out of Evers?
Maybe he did, and stop just didn't proc on anybody. Because, I mean, to be fair, anytime you galaxy stop, when has it ever stopped literally everybody on the field?
Feels like a storm's a brewing. I really appreciate if you stop slapping your ass with your phone.
My ass?
Just right as I said that, I was thinking of the Key and Pit pill. I think I was, and I said key right, but it's like my brain still thought that it was going to go ahead and get the letters mixed up to where I'd say kill and P. You know how we do that sometimes? And oh, Enrique's with Blazer right now. That skit where it's like the baseball players like in the locker room, the one that just keeps going slap ass.
Slap ass.
It's like, dude, you have a legitimate problem. You have like an addiction to this. Nah, man, I'm cool. You know, there's no problem with me. Slap ass.
That's probably really bad.
What? This?
Destruction rains from the heavens.
Pew, 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 pew. I can't mimic the sound of that. Oh yeah, I remember this. This is actually kind of satisfying.
Yeah.
Dick. It's like he can't even be like.
Yep.
Oh, just nothing left.
Just squash. And then, just to make sure, a giant meteor just destroyed the entire place.
Where was Enrique and Beleza going again?
Yes.
Slap ass.
Slap at it. Boom. Aye.
Ship did kind of make that motion like if it were a person.
You really happy about this, right?
That was quite the evil laugh.
I can't let you do that, Dave. Just turn into Hal.
Dave, I can see you're very mad about this.
Daisy, Daisy, give me a citrus.
I don't know why, but I remember. Beleza's not a bad person. Just gotta kind of feel for her.
Yeah, she's just batting for the wrong team.
She comes to her senses and everything, and Are you two about to kiss?
I don't.
And then Beleza looks away like, no!
Shut up!
Yeah, it's not too good, is it? Of course, the lands under the yellow moon looked like a piece of shit in the first place, so tell you the truth.
Maybe it's just consider it a renovation.
Did we really have to focus right on Enrique's package for this?
Well, it's so he could drop to his knees and pray.
I know, but... Anyway, for some reason, like, the only memory I have of really ever hearing that Daisy, whatever,
yeah,
give me your answer true,
yeah.
All that's... Like, first time I ever heard that song was when, way back when I was little and still
Mhm.
loved to go to Chuck E. Cheese's.
Yeah.
And like that's one of the songs that the the animatronic crew was doing. There was like a mouse and like a lady chicken and
Lady chicken.
uh
So a chick.
and a dog. I'm thinking a gorilla guy on the drums.
Mm-hmm. You know what my first experience with that song was?
What?
All right, so I'm gonna try to remember the name because I can't quite right now. But there was like back in the '90s a program that you could install on your computer that puts a monkey on your desktop that you can interact with. It was a purple monkey, and by interacting with him, you can get him to sing that song. But I can't remember what the name of that monkey was. Desktop buddy. Bonzi Buddy! That's him, there he is. This dude.
I've never seen him before.
Yeah, it was Bonzi Buddy.
The only program like that I ever had was, I think his name was Johnny Castaway. I don't think you could really... Actually, you couldn't really interact with him. I think it was like a screensaver. He's just doing random stuff, you know, on an island that you expect just anybody who's shipwrecked on an island, got nowhere to go. Just kind of just sit around and jack off. Why does he sound like the devil when...
Yep. That's awful. That's terrible. So we're pretty close to the end of the game, yeah?
Yeah, it's pretty much just one stage left. Crap. No, I meant to go this way. Never mind.
Did you? Because it kind of seems like you did. Crash.
Oh, there you are.
You know what? Looking at it from here, your island's in the shape of a urinal.
It is. Kind of gross.
Yeah.
Everybody looks so solemn and serious.
Why so serious? Made me think of Heath Ledger. I really like Heath Ledger. Oh! Did you hear? Sean Connery died.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Ramirez. And the main character is Zardoz. Because that's how he wants to be remembered, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm. I said I'm working on it, damn it! Hey!
Enrique is shaming you, Vice.
Muggy!
So I didn't know you two already... Okay. And then Enrique's thinking to himself, not a big loss when it comes to my mom.
And the world was left off better that day.
She was kind of a bitch. Actually, why would he? Why would he take that chance? Dude, we take out Gygas's, not Gollum, sorry, Gygas's with our ship.
They do seem Gollum-like, though.
And it's probably just because I just went through Wild Arms.
Yep, probably.
Hey, Golems are cool.
So, what you planning on LPing after this?
Yeah.
You heard it here, folks. Look forward to it.
I think I talked about Deadly Premonition over like the one time we went through. You did the whole thing. I wouldn't.
I mean, I've got the sequel. You can play the sequel. I'll let you. I tell you what. If you wanted to play the sequel, I will let you control all the way through the sequel.
We can try. Huh? Ooh, what? Oh.
Nice. Headshot.
Amazing.
Amazing. So, I'm assuming you're going to take Enrique as your fourth?
I guess.
I'm asking you.
I guess.
I mean, you have some... I think you have the most berries put into him of the three people you would... Oh, look at him.
Oh yeah, I don't know what made all the other ships like suddenly decide to come to us. Like all these other factions and stuff. It's like, well, let's rally around you.
Because it's good storytelling that really makes a player feel
I
empowered.
know I've said it several times before, but
I know.
I would let Clara stalk me.
Yes, I know.
Oh yeah, Gordo. I think Blackbeard's here too. I'm like, but you're actually kind of a bad person.
Edward Teach here?
Huh?
Blackbeard. Wait, who's that?
You don't remember Centime?
No.
He was some dude from Mixataka.
Oh.
I can't remember exactly who. I think yeah.
There he is.
It's like I don't know if I really want you on my side.
Valtor. Look at him have the jacket over his shoulders with his arms not in the sleeves.
Sure, buddy.
Oh, here's the two brothers.
I like how we do like this. Yeah.
Talon now.
It is time for you to die. Yeah, I'd sure like to know, since he destroyed all of Valua, who else does Galcian have on his side? Except for Ramirez.
I mean, that's a...
What, like, soldier is still, loyal to him?
This shouldn't be. Well, I mean, just look at our own political climate. There are people that are diehard for our current president, despite having clear reasons to not be, so...
But I mean, like, who's even left alive to
Oh, that's what you meant. Well, I'm assuming he has places.
Well, alright, Captain.
Let's mosey.
Dang it, say it like a wuss. It's supposed to be cool.
Better pick
I
the
mean,
swashbuckling choice.
Either way is fine. Like, what's bad about either?
That was the right one.
Remember, we don't know that. It seems to just hint to change, period. Could be good or bad. I don't care at this point. It's like, again, either way, both those choices are personally good. You're saying, let's do this, more or less. Now, Phil, excuse me, I have a personal score to settle. Zip.
I don't know why that got me until you said zip, but
This is so stupid. Just the fact they say, who could it be at this time of night? Who could it be now?
Nice.
zip. There he is. You heard him, didn't you?
So, you know, it's time to write a hentai fanfic around this scenario. Because they're girls, and they're hot.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
So, Blaza, would you like to stick around and make a fourth? If you know what I mean? Yeah, that's the noise.
Yeah.
When he's elbowed.
Goodbye. Mwah.
Oh, she put on her serious face.
Oh no, when we see her again, she's pretty badass.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure somebody's up here. Well, we sure rebuilt the island in a hurry.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be Steve for a minute. Check out her ass. Like, literally, it was obvious enough, but you could... Well, they're kind of doing a shot here, too. But it's like, when they retold Code Veronica in Dark Side Chronicles, the camera literally zoomed up to Claire's butt. Like, yeah, that's exactly what Steve was looking at. Not just her in general. You know, it had to be...
I feel like that second answer is absolutely not good.
Happy face.
Uh-huh.
Aika, you're not supposed to do that. Because we're like, just friends.
She actually farted there.
Well, no, I was just giving like...
No, I know, that's why I voiced my...
I don't know why, but like I think one of the first things, like when I got my first laptop in college, and like for some reason I don't know, like Soundwave was the coolest thing to us ever, you know.
Yeah.
And we started recording all sorts of over the next few months, but it was like one of the first things we ever did was just that one scene at the beginning of Lunar, like when you first meet Luna.
Yeah.
And you know, she's like, Alex, you're late again, silly. Were you, like, making trouble with Null? Is that why you're late? Or were you planning more make-believe adventures with Ramus? And, like, we recorded me just responding to that, like, in the time between that cutscene is, because that's the last thing she says, and when the music starts up, and I went, that's for me to know, for you to find out, and you just went, and you just hear me, like, laughing in the background as the music starts back up. Do-do-do, do-do-do-do, do-do-do. God, man, I probably haven't... I don't think I played Lunar, either of the Lunar games since, like, the middle of college.
You should
So,
try
like-
the PSP version.
Oh, I did.
Oh, okay.
I did do that, No, so technically I did then, but that's the only time.
Okay.
Like, the PSP version of Silver Star Story
Yep.
was at some point, while I worked at Norrit. Like, I would just play that on my lunch break, so it took a month or two to get through it, but I did. It was good.
Yeah, I thought it was good. That was a good remake. Remember when I got an oscillating fan and I was like, all right, I'm gonna hit record. Just ask me what I'm doing.
And then, you know, you'll be able to roll with it. Lantis. What?
What?
What are you doing?
Oh, I'm making a helicopter out of paper.
Yeah? Like, I was, like, genuinely, like, I was actually not acting there. I was like, wait, where's he going with this? Yeah?
Yeah.
See? Turn on the fan. It sounded so much like an actual...
So stupid.
What?
So stupid.
You hear me just kind of faint, like, what the hell?
Hey, can you give me a ride? I'll tell you once you get back down. The ways we amused ourselves back in the day.
Good times.
What are you doing?
Especially that first year at college when you came over, like, one night a week to our house in Mag. Those are just good times.
Yeah.
Vice almost looks smug there, like,
Yeah.
I'm about
Like
to-
he knows what he's doing.
And you know what? If Ika saw him from afar, she'd be like, cool. I was wondering when Vice was finally gonna get some. Dork.
Dork.
She wouldn't
Nerd.
be like Tifa or Eris watching. They're like, ooh, how dare you move in on my man?
There's Star Ocean 3. The miracle scene. Wait, was that 3 or 4? 4. Yeah, when
Yeah, remember 3 sucked.
Yep, I do remember 3
4
sucking. Sorry, Jeremy.
4 had its problems, but 3 sucked. Let's just go ahead and make sure our HP is restored. Anyway, what were you about to say about Miracle?
Oh, it's just about that scene where Edge and Miracle like Miracle ended up staying in Edge's room somehow, and your like overly obsessive childhood female friend threw a fucking fit.
Like I say, like, it's sad. Like, Aika comes the closest to being, like, genuinely platonic and not spending the game all worried about the protagonist's dick. And you know what? Even if she was, it'd still be better than, like, any of these other examples that, you know, always irritate me, because Vice is at least cool. Again, I'm just like, Eris, why are you fighting over Cloud? Come on! Or Edge. I mean, Edge isn't that great.
Edge Maverick.
Well, that's still less pretentious a name than Fate Line God.
Fate Line God. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, or Rebecca over like over freaking Dean. Dean is like the biggest doofus ever in Wild Arms 5.
I hate Dean.
And it's like Avril didn't care. Like, Rebecca asked her once, like, hey, Avril, you in love with Dean? And she's like, yeah. You do too, don't you? Like, it's like she doesn't get all catty about it. She doesn't care. Rebecca's like, oh yeah. Let me tell you, just makes me hot all over. Does the fandom. But it's like, Rebecca is the only one who spends the game whining about it. It's like, Avril didn't say anything. She only said something when directly questioned. And that's why Avril's cool and Rebecca and Dean are stupid. Like, if it wasn't for that one flaw in Rebecca, the fact that she just spends the whole game, like, every time she does a diary entry, she goes on and on about Dean. Actually, I just say, so it doesn't matter. And I'm just going to end the video right here on this rant, so let me just finish this. And it's like, every diary entry, she has to bring up Dean no matter what the current situation in the game is. She'll find some way to work in her obsession over Dean. And again, it's like, can you at least obsess over somebody who's cool? Please?
She cannot.
But it's like that one thing. Otherwise, she's actually a really good character, but it just ruins her.
I agree. Big agree.
And anyway, so that's our episode for tonight, and thanks for watching, guys.
Bye-bye.
Play some Wild Arms. Because that's, you know, what we've been talking about.
Wild Arms.
So, and I thought, bring it up. Play some Wild Arms if you hadn't already. It's a must-have for RPG fans.
Big agree.
All right. See ya.